Hi there, my name is Michael from freshbelief.com, and today I'm going to be doing a book review of Evan Carmichael's new book, The Top 10 Rules for Success. Now, if you ever been following Evan Carmichael, I'll have a link, a card pop up there or the other side to his YouTube channel. You can actually see that he's been building up to this book. I think there was like a preset to his book. So what he's been doing, he's been doing videos of different entrepreneurs' top 10 rules for success, and each entrepreneur has entrepreneur and people, not just entrepreneurs, different people's mindset and how they become successful in whatever they've done. Now this has allowed Evan to actually break down their top 10 rules, and in the videos he actually gets the actual entrepreneur, just clips of them talking about certain things, and then at the side, I think it would be that side, the side will be part of, be telling you, okay, well, step one, this is their first one, then step two is, this is what their second one is. So in this review, I'm just going to be going over the book and talking a bit more in detail of what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and how it might help you. For you to actually look at everything within the videos would take you hours and hours and hours. So what Evan's done, he's broken it down into bite-sized chunks where you can read, you can find the preferred person that you want to look at, and you can see whether any of it is relevant for you very, very quickly. The first thing I'd say about this book is it's not a book. I'd say it's more really of a guide or a reference point, because if you try and take every single little bit of information, you will be overwhelmed. There's just too much great information in this book for you to actually all take it in, and some of it might not be relevant to you. Now, I went through all of the book just to basically go over it, and I was like, okay, I like this person, this person, this person's advice. I do say do skim over it first, but at the same time, use it as a reference guide. Take people's different advice, their success rules, and allow that to help you become a better person. Who's this book for? Well, it's really for everybody and nobody. Because there's so many successful people in there that you're not really going to be able to focus on all of them. You're going to have to really go down to maybe one or two and take their rules and implement it into your life. Now, some of the people I like Steve Jobs, his advice, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Gary Vaynerchuk, and a few others. And I like their advice because it resonates with me. So like I say, you will find people who are good for you, and some people won't be good for you. You're probably thinking, this is a reference guide or whatever I want to call it. How should you read the book? Now, the way Evan tells you to read it is 1 page a day. And I believe that is a good way to go about it, because that way you can actually just take a little bit and then try and implement what that entrepreneur said. At the same time, you have to find a person that you resonate with, as I said before, because if you try and take in all of it, you're going to learn nothing. You're going to have too much information and you're going to learn absolutely nothing. And that's like anything in life. If you try and learn too much, you will learn it and it will go. So that's the same thing here. Take little bits of advice from two different people and you will actually learn more, and you'll be able to be more successful in your life by just implementing bit by bit. So it's just like baby steps, So don't read like a traditional book. Read it as a reference guide. Just take little bits and little bits at a time, because you will be overwhelmed. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read the next part, which is like Evan's own take on success. So I'm just going to read this, So the best ones he's taken was from Follow Your Passion from Bill Gates, Have Self-Awareness from Gary Vaynerchuk. The third one, Raise Your Standards by Les Brown, Focus by Jack Ma, and then there's Work Hard by Will Smith, Embrace Failure by Sylvester Stallone. There's Ignore the Little Man by Bob Proctor, and then Build a Team by Mark Zuckerberg, Model Success by Mark Cuban, and Just Believe in Yourself by Oprah Winfrey. Now what I like about this is he's actually taken the best bits of advice which he likes, and he's showing you, okay, this is what he has taken from all of these people. So what this is saying is you can take little bits from each person, whatever resonates with you, and then implement that into your life. So he's taken one quote from different people and implemented them into his own life. Now I'm just going to read through the entrepreneurs in this book so you know who's in it. There is There's Steve Jobs, Tony Robbins, Simon Sinek, Bill Gates, Eric Thomas, Sadhguru, Warren Buffett, Robert Kiyosaki, Jack Ma, Oprah Winfrey, Les Brown, Gary Vaynerchuk, Wayne Dyer, Will Smith, Maya Angelou, Conor McGregor, Louis C.K., Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Jordan Belfort, Mark Zuckerberg, Joe Rogan, Michelle Obama, Bob Proctor, Denzel Washington, Barack Obama, Ziglar, Dalai Lama, Tim Ferriss, Kevin O'Leary, Sri Ravi Shankar, Joel Osteen, Priyanka Chopra, Nelson Mandela, Morgan Freeman, Sylvester Stallone, Tupac Shakur, Sundar Pichai, Sir Richard Branson, and Mark Cuban. There are 40 entrepreneurs within this book, and there had to be some kind of structure to it. So every entrepreneur is set out in the same way. They have like a cool character picture, then it has a quote by them and their names, just in case you don't know who it is, or you don't recognize it. There were a few people in there that I didn't know who it was. And then it goes into the top 10 rules of success. Now, for the top 10 rules, it has what the rule is, and then it has like an expansion on that rule. And then again, the rule and then expansion. Now, if you're thinking, I can't remember all of them, that was one of my worries. There's a summary under all of this of their top 10 rules for success. And afterwards, there is basically a reason why, how these rules can actually help you within your life. And I like this part because what it does is it makes you think, okay, how can these help me? And it makes you remember better, because there's nothing worse than you going through a book and you're doing it and you think you've got the knowledge and it's gone. By you having to actually write out and think how it can help you within your life, it actually cements it more. So that's one of the one good things, and one of the great things about the book. If you are using this as a reference guide, there's a bit at the back which you should actually look at. It's writing out your own 10 rules for success. I call these more principles. I like to use the word principle instead of rules, because these are things that I set myself for giving myself a better life and success in my life. Because if I have these principles in solid foundation, then I follow them, and if something like kind of shiny object comes along, I can actually say, no, these are my principles here. I'm not actually going to go after this because it doesn't align with my goals and my rule sets. So yeah, that's another great thing I like, is he actually gets you to do your own homework. Now, out of all the advice, there's lots of advice that was basically given for the rules, but there was one that really stuck out, and this person, it was one that I wasn't expecting to be there. And it's something that has, it's something recent that's come into my life that I'm like, okay, this is kind of more about my thinking. Let me go to it. It's by a guy called Sadhguru. He's like this kind of guru guy in India, like Buddhist kind of Hindu guy, in India. And it really stuck with me because some of the most recent changes I've had in my life. So I'm just going to read his rule. Just bear with me. So his rule number 8, your happiness comes from you. Now, what I like about this is it makes me think, okay, if I'm not happy within myself, I'm not going to be able to do much else. So I have to be happy first before I can give happiness to anybody else. I can make anybody smile. And I've noticed that something really recently with a lot of people around me is because I'm more happier in myself, I can make more people around me happy. I'm not worrying about what other people think about me. I think I'm happy. So if I'm happy, it's great. And then if I can make other people happy, it's even better. So I'm just going to basically, let's see how long it is. It's not long. So I'm just going to read through it just to let you know his rule. And then you'll know the kind of structure on how it goes. So it says, you're paying too much attention to everything around you. Not enough attention to this one. But the quantity of your life is essentially determined by how you carry this one, isn't it? This moment, what kind of coat you're wearing, what kind of car you park outside, what kind of home you live in does not determine the quality of life. I like this one because it shows that I've actually done that. I've actually bought everything and thought it would make me happy, and I was still miserable. I was like, you know what, this is no good. It's better for me to be happy inside and be around people instead of having things. This is what I like. So let's carry on. This moment how joyful you are feeling within yourself in terms of the quality of life? Yes or no? Exactly. Nothing has been done about it. You think it will happen in consequences, and you're setting impossible goals for your happiness. If I have to be happy, my wife should be like this. My wife should be like this. My husband should be like that. My children should be like this. The world should be something. The world should be some other way. Well, these impossible conditions are setting for your happiness and peacefulness. To be peaceful essentially means this, that you are not messing your mind. To be peaceful means that your system is at ease. You know how to conduct your mind, you know how to conduct your emotions, your body, and your energies. You are peaceful. It is not rocket technology. It's the most basic thing. Now, do you see how this one thing is one of the things that I've just discovered recently? Is like, I don't need all the things. I just need family, friends, and good people around me, and I need to be happy in myself. So, this is one of the biggest ones I took away from the book. It was a surprise as well. I would say one of the biggest advantages of this book is you will find something that can help you, even if it's the smallest thing, and it will make you go, maybe you have that aha moment. You'll even find somebody that you have never known about. Like I found Sadhguru, if I say his name right. I found him, and that one piece of advice was like, wow, it just changed my whole mindset in an instant. So yeah, this is one of the great things about the book. It has so many knowledgeable and so many successful people in there that you'll be like, wow, why did I never pick up this book before? As I said before, there is one downfall about this book. This is the one thing I really think Evan should have done in this book, and I think he can still add, is links to his videos. The reason why I think he should have links to his videos is his videos, some people, they don't like to read. And I think having that part on there will allow people just look at basically advice coming from the horse's mouth, whoever it is, so they can listen to the person. And I actually had a lot of inspiration from Steve Jobs. Actually listened to the video. Steve Jobs, Gary Vaynerchuk, Elon Musk, just a few people to name. I had a lot of inspiration from them just by watching his videos. And it's actually hearing coming from the actual entrepreneurs or that person's heart makes you think, oh wow, this is kind of a bit bigger, So that is the one thing I think he is really missing out on this book. Now, just to finish up, I'm going to give you my overall thoughts on this book. Now, if you haven't worked it out already, I really like this book. I think it's a great reference guide. You have so much knowledge from different people which has been broken down. You can go on YouTube and look at all the videos of different successful people, and you'll try and break down what they say and everything. But what Evan has done is he's actually broken it down into the best piece of advice which you can take away and you can implement into your own life. I like it. It's come from a variety of actors, actresses, entrepreneurs, gurus, life coach people. It's come from all walks of life. So you can actually get advice from, if you want something from a business person mindset, boom, you got there. If you want some kind of spiritual guide, boom, there. If you want a fighter, boom, there. It's all there. It's all impactful in its own ways. Now, even though there was some main people that I follow, like I said, there was Sadhguru who I didn't know about, and I've took his advice and I'm like, wow, this guy's good. So I'm always keeping this as a reference guide beside me. It's on my phone, so I'll always be able to look back to it and find who I want to look at, or if there's advice that I want to look at, again, I can go to that certain person and look. So my advice is, get the book. I highly advise you to get a copy because it will help you in your life. I truly believe it will. I believe there is one thing. If there's just one person that can just change your life in a click, it's worth the small investment that you're going to make. So, I'll have a link in the description below to the book, and also a link to my written version of this review. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, I'm going to get into more book reviews. Hit subscribe, and if you want to, if you've got any questions about the book, please comment below, and we'll talk. Alright, I hope you enjoy this. Okay, bye bye.